Hey guys, so today's video is going to be 5 common breastfeeding positions. I'm going to show you a non-graphic how to hold baby in each position, along with what the benefit is for each position and why you would choose one over the other. Alright, real quick, if you are new, this is my second child, so I've been breastfeeding for about 3 years straight. I just had a couple months in between from baby number 1 to baby number 2. I do have a few favorites, so I will let you know along the way, but the first one we're going to start off with is probably the most common, and that is called cradling. So with cradling is just like this. You'll see it most often. It's basically how you hold them. You're going to cup their head in your arm, kind of like in your elbow, and then you want to bring baby up to the breast. Do not bring your breast down to baby. That is going to cause a ton of back pain, and you don't want that. Especially with me, I have a ton of lower back problems, so that is where boppy or nursing pillows come in handy, because you can slip that underneath baby and really help just keep him up. Another tip that I like to do with this is I will cup my breast underneath and I will guide my entire, or as much as possible, the areola into his mouth. So a quick way to do that. Okay, I'm going to use the bottom of my tripod as an example. So basically you would cup your breast underneath, and then if this was the areola, you'd kind of pinch it in between. It kind of just elongates it a little bit. This works really well, especially if you have flat nipples or inverted nipples. It'll help bring out the nipple forward so the baby can insert it into their mouth. And then what I like to do is I will take it and put it at the tip of baby's nose. This will draw the baby upwards, and it makes them open their mouth a little bit wider. This way you can insert more of the areola inside of it. This will avoid any type of shallow latching, so that's just where they kind of latch onto the very tip, which is super painful if you've ever had a baby that has this shallow latch. So you want to make sure that you're inserting as much as possible. So just bring it up to the tip of their nose, so kind of upwards, and then just draw it inside in that cradle position. Another tip you want to do with that is you want to make sure that when you're cradling, you are tummy to tummy. So baby's tummy should be across your tummy. This will help when it comes to any type of air bubbles or gas. It actually helps reduce that by a ton, and it's more comfortable for your infant. All right, so the next hold is going to be known as the football hold. So it's exactly what it sounds like. You're going to hold your baby like a football. So I like to cradle the back of baby's head. Hi, are you my little football? And then you draw their legs behind you and you bring them to the breast this way. And then you do the same things where tip of the nose to make sure their mouth opens a little bit wider. I actually don't use this hold as much. It's just kind of awkward for me, but you can also put a boppy, nursing pillow, or something to kind of just elevate baby to you. Again, never bring yourself down to baby to avoid hurting your back. This would be good if you are tandem nursing. So if you have an older child that's still breastfeeding and a newborn, you can nurse them at the same time, one on each side. The same thing for twins, which saves you a ton of time because then you don't have to nurse one baby and then the other. All right, so this next one's probably one of my favorites, and that is the side laying hold. So that is literally where you are laying on your side, and then you will cradle baby just like the first position and bring him to you and lay on his side as well. I use this because I'm a co-sleeping mom. I've done it since I had my first daughter, so I participate in something known as dream feeding. So that is where baby is still pretty much asleep. He will nurse and feed literally while he's still sleeping. Once he's done, he'll kind of pull himself away, I'll burp him, and then we put him back to sleep. Even if you're not a co-sleeping parent or you're not, you know, into dream feeding or anything like that, it just takes off so much pressure off of your back, just being able to lay down, and it's just a really nice bonding experience. It's so calming, comforting, and just relaxing overall for the both of you. Okay, so this next one is known as the lean or the laying back hold. So it's exactly what it sounds like. You would just kind of lay back either in a recliner or on a bed with pillows around you for support. This is really good if you have a heavy letdown or an overactive letdown or an oversupply. For me, if I went too far in between feedings when he was first born, my overactive letdown would be intensified and it would cause choking in him. So I would work against gravity. So I would lean myself back, and then I would position him on him kind of like if I was burping him, but obviously lower to the breast this way. He's just not going to do it because he's standing now. But you would just kind of position him on. You can also do it to where you're kind of cradling, so his legs are on the side of you. It just kind of depends on what's most comfortable for baby. Just make sure you're leaning back as much as possible. This way gravity is working against your letdown and it won't be as heavy of a flow. Okay, and then the last position is opposite for that one. So if you have a slower flow, or if you feel like your body's not producing enough milk, if you have any type of clogged ducts or mastitis that you have to feed through, you want to do what's known as like the hover or the lean forward basically. So you would lay baby on their back flat instead of on the side tummy to tummy. You want to go on their back, and then you're going to bring yourself down to baby. I know this whole time I'm saying don't do that, but this is one of those where you're gonna have to. Some people will like be on their knees and kind of dangle over baby. Some will actually get on all fours and dangle over baby, but you can easily just do it while you're holding the baby. Just make sure they're on their back. You can like lay them down on the couch, and then you would just bring your breast forward to them because you just want it to dangle as much as possible. So this way you're working with gravity, and gravity can help bring your letdown and the milk flowing a little bit better. All right guys, but let me know which is your favorite position that you use, or if I didn't mention one, let me know in the comments below what that is, because I'm always looking for new ones. But if you're new and you want to see other breastfeeding tips videos about how to increase your milk supply, you can go ahead and select the video next to us, select the circle icon up above to subscribe and see any future videos. But as always guys, we love you, and I'll see you in the next one.